your upper thighs, palms facing up for a position of receiving, or down in a position of groundedness, doesn't matter. But try to find some center. Feel your sit bones against your mat. Pay attention to your heart rate as you take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose, down into your low belly. Holding that breath for a few seconds at the top every time. And you can let that breath go back out through the mouth. Where are you at today? How are you feeling physically in your body? Tired, jittery, tense, loose, peaceful. Find some words you can land on to describe your experience. Today I'm feeling a little bit rushed between things, also passionate, also a little bit of grief mixed in there. Where are you at today? As you breathe, collect that information to the center of your mind like little stones. And try to pull in some information about how you want to feel as you walk out of this room. What is one feeling that you want to amplify, to pull in, to invite? That is your intention for today's class. I'm walking out of a beautiful week spent in the mountains with some really beautiful friends, and I am feeling a lot of gratitude as a result. And so today's flow is dedicated to that gratefulness. What are things in our lives that brighten us up, that make us feel warm, loved, seen? Take a few deep inhales in through your nose as you continue to amplify these thoughts as well, on top of the other feeling that you wanted to walk out of this room with. How can we combine that feeling with our gratitude? With your next inhale, I invite you to take your arms out to sides and then up over your head. Exhale, roll the wrists down. We're going to roll up over our knees, coming into an all-fours position. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, finding a little roll in the spine, in the hips, in the shoulders, in the neck. Free flow. Get in touch with your body where it's at today. Give it a little bit of love in the places that it needs it, that it's asking for your attention. And then find stillness. Deep breath in through your nose as you lift your heart forward. And as you exhale, roll your spine up towards the sky. Tuck your tailbone, head releases. And then inhale, drop the belly as the heart and tailbone rises one. Press into those hands. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Blow that breath fully out of the body. Reach the spine a little taller. And then inhale, belly drops, heart and tailbone lift. Big stretch in the core. One more time, exhale all the way through. Lift that spine, tuck the tailbone a little more. And then inhale, belly drops, heart and tailbone rise, big stretch through the belly. Exhale to neutral, flat back. Flip your toes into the mat now, pulling your tailbone underneath of you ever so slightly to engage your core, belly button to spine. Lift your heart out in front of you, spread your fingertips, and then lift your knees up off the mat and press your heart back towards your upper thighs as you begin to pedal out the feet in downward facing dog. One knee releases as the opposite heel drops towards the mat. Feeling that deep stretch through the back of each extended leg. Feel your muscles. Feel the engagement in your shoulders. Trying to imagine your body as one long line from the top of your head to the base of your tailbone. Breathing into the belly at the same time. When you're ready, find stillness, making sure that you have a slight bend in the knees, keeping softness there, and you release your heels towards the mat with gravity. It's not about forcing flat feet. Just let them fall. Press your heart towards your upper thighs, pressing your hands into the mat as much as you can. Deep breath through the nose. And as you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of your mat and heel toe the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart as you allow your heart to rest on your upper thighs. You can take your hands and grab opposite elbows. So your weight is counterbalanced. You have weight in the heels, almost like you could pick up your toes if you wanted to, counterbalanced by the weight hanging forward. Your head and neck relax. You can shake your head yes. You can shake your head no. And find stillness. Maybe you take a little sway side to side if that feels good. This is ragdoll pose. Find stillness at center, releasing your fingertips down to the mat. Heel toe the feet back together to touch. And then as you inhale, lift your fingertips up the shins, flat back as your heart moves out in front of you. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep, using your core, using your back to lift yourself all the way to standing, and then exhale the hands down to your heart. Inhale, lift the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, open the heart. Shoulders away from the ear. And then pray the hands down to your sides, palms facing me in mountain. Inhale, lift the hands up overhead. Briefly touch the fingertips and swan dive forward, heart to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, finding plank. You can release the shins down, aligning the heart forward, keeping the hands, fingers wide, right underneath the shoulders. Pull your belly button to your spine. Tilt your hips towards the mat. Nice long line. Exhale, keep the elbows tight to the body as you slowly release the belly all the way down. When you get there, release the legs. And then inhale, peel the heart away from the mat, baby cobra. Exhale, melt forward. 2 more times. Inhale, baby cobra. Barely any weight in the hands. Exhale, melt forward. Last time, inhale. Baby cobra. Exhale, melt forward. Press your weight back, flip your toes and your tailbone up. Find downward facing dog. Nice strong down dog, lifting through the tailbone, heels release with gravity. Come up onto the tiptoes this time, bending the knees, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat, feet together, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep, lead with your heart. Engage your core. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open the heart. Hands out to the sides, slight bend in the elbows, heart lifted up. And then exhale, hands to mountain. Inhale, lift the hands, fingers barely touch the top. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, come down, bring the hands to frame the feet, and step back to plank. You can modify with the first version that we utilized where the shins are grounded down, or follow me for the full version. Exhaling through the back of the arms, tight to the body. Hovering above the mat, we flip to the tops of the feet, lifting the heart for upward facing dog. And then exhale, flip the toes, send the tailbone back, downward facing dog. Deep breath here into the low belly. And on your next inhale, lift the left toe up towards the sky, single leg dog. Point it strong. And exhale, pull it through between the hands. Find a low lunge. Little movement here in low lunge. Feeling some warmth in the body. Connectedness to what's going on. Aligning that knee over the second and third toe. Deep breath here. Ground that right hand to the inside arch as you lift the left fingertips up into a twist. Energy moving through those fingers. And exhale, go ahead and set that hand down. Step the back foot in, find forward fold. The left foot's gonna come back now, finding a low lunge on the other side. Knee over that second and third toe. A little bit of movement. Feel into any areas that are holding tightness or tension. Energy through that back heel. And then you're gonna ground that left hand to the inside arch and open into a twist on the other side. Energy moves up through those fingers. You're strong. Creating a long line from the bottom hand to the top. Exhale, hand comes down. Step the back foot in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep, leading with the heart, all the way up. Exhale, intentionally pull those hands down to heart center. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, mountain. Pulling through the crown of your head. You are one long line, strong and sturdy. Inhale, we lift the hands up overhead, barely touch the fingertips. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, melt forward, place the hands down, hop or step back to plank, move through one, Vinyasa. Exhale down through Chaturanga. Flip onto the tops of the feet. We lift the heart up, up dog. And exhale, flip the toes and the tailbone back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right toe points up, upward facing dog. Exhale, sweep it through between the hands, low lunge. Little movement here, strong through that back leg. Energy shooting through that heel. Remember, if you ever need a little bit of height to protect your back, feel free to get some blocks. Left hand plants to the inside arch, we lift into a twist. Feel that in your back. Breathe into it, breathe into the belly. Exhale, hand comes down to frame the foot. Step the back foot in. Forward fold. Breathe. Right foot now steps back to low lunge. Hands to frame the foot, strong through that back leg. Any movement that feels good, feel free to find it. And when you're ready, plant that Right hand to the inside arch, lift up. Feel that twist, breathe into the low belly, into the digestive system. Cleansing air. Exhale, hand comes down to frame the foot. Step in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep, all the way up, leading with the heart. Hands come together, exhale, pull them down to heart center. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, hands to mountain, palms face me. Inhale, lift the hands. Fingertips barely touch, exhale, forward fold. Keep the right foot planted, step the left foot back, this time releasing the shin all the way down, finding length in your hip flexor. We're gonna lift the torso all the way up, checking in with that 90-degree alignment in the legs. And then we're just gonna press that hip forward, nice and flat, tucking the tailbone underneath of us. The hands can do whatever feels good for you. So I'm gonna keep mine lifted, shoulders pressed down away from the ears. Nice balance work happening here. But if it ever feels better for you, bring them down to the heart. Please do. Or if you need some extra support on that leg. There's no right or wrong way to yoga. You can make this practice your own. Relax into that stretch. Feel that opening happening on the front of that hip flexor. Coming back into gratitude. We're going to switch that back. So bringing the hands down, we're going to straighten that front leg, lifting the toes up. A stretch on the back of the leg, the hamstring, squaring the hips. Our heart is going to stay aimed at that second or third toe. This is not about collapsing the chest forward. We don't want to round the back. We're going to get a better stretch if we try to stay straight in the back as much as we can. Which again is why it can be helpful to have our little anchor points, our blocks, to give us a little bit of lift so we can stay in better alignment and posture. Breathe, let go of tension. And then to begin to shift that foot forward, hands to frame the foot, taking the left toes down. We're going to step back to plank and move through one vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Left toe is going to rise, single leg dog, and then pull through between the hands in low lunge, releasing that right shin down. Find your alignment, nice long extension in that hip, and then we're going to press the torso up, finding alignment, 90 degrees in that forward leg, and sinking into that opposite hip. Remember, there's different hand options depending on where you're at with balance. It's not bad to feel wobbly. It's a good challenge for the body. But if you just need to let it go a little bit more today, or you need some more stability and want to focus on the stretch, that's always okay. Every pose is an opportunity to gain confidence, to focus on breath and stillness, to let the mind and body connect, to sit in that space of discomfort instead of escape it. Slowly, we're going to take the hands down, pulling our weight back, flipping that toe up, heart aligned, like it's reaching for that second and third toe. Stretch through the back of that left leg. Walk your weight forward now. Hands come to frame the foot. Lifting into a low lunge. Step back to plank. Move through one vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Lift your tailbone up towards your sky. Heels descend with gravity. Deep breath through your nose. And as you exhale, walk the hands back to the feet. Heel toe the feet to about the width of your mat, but then slightly tuck your heels in. Inhale, we're going to lift, using the heart, using the core, and taking the hands down to the heart. We're gonna settle down. Now, if this is too much for you, you can take the feet a little bit wider, okay? Trying to sink as much as you can. You can also take a block and place it right underneath of your glutes. So you're taking a little supported seat. This is Malasana pose, yogi squat. And it's gonna help you with your ankle mobility, your inner thighs, your hips. Everything's getting a little bit of work. Focus on your breath. You land in this hip opener. Coming back into gratitude, back into bodily connectedness. One more deep breath here. Exhale, slightly lean forward, taking your fingertips to the ground. And lift your tailbone out, heel toeing back together. Release into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold, coming all the way down to the mat, crouching down and rotating so that we're gonna come down on our backs. Take your left heel, cross it over your right knee, like right underneath of it. Lift the feet, reaching through that leg onto the right shin in a figure four stretch. Your left knee is tracking out and back slightly. And you're using your hands to gently pull those legs into the body. Big stretch on the outside of the left hip, the glute. Make your breath as big as you can, keeping the lips sealed. Trying to inflate that belly like a balloon. Exhale, release that stretch, untangling the legs. We're gonna switch sides. Right heel, or ankle, crosses right underneath the left knee. Lifting the legs, reaching through onto the left shin. Take that knee out and down slightly, keeping it nice and open. And then gently pull the legs into the body to deepen the stretch. Big balloon breathing. Moving into that space of gratitude, thinking about all of the things that light you up, that bring you joy, the things that mean the most. Let your mind land on them one at a time. Collect those pebbles. Release the stretch whenever you're ready. untangling the legs, but keeping the feet connected to the floor, I want you to move your hands to your low belly and simply allow the legs to windshield wiper side to side, very, very small sways. Like you're trying to create a little print on your mat using your low back, upper tailbone. Deep breath in. Exhale out. When you're ready, you can release your legs down to the corners of your mat one at a time. If there's a stretch you need to take, please do it. Maybe a big stretch in opposite directions feels good to you. Maybe you just want to move into stillness. We're going to prepare for final Shavasana, allowing the arms to relax down at your sides, palms facing up towards the sky as you take a deep inhale in through your nose, inflating your low belly and holding it for as long as you can before slowly allowing that breath to leak back out through the nose until all is empty. Keep your breath, but pull your awareness back to that feeling you wanted to take out of this practice, mixing it with that gratitude and finding where the intersection happens. Breathe and be. When you feel ready or led, you can begin to waken up your body, giving a little wiggle to your fingers and your toes. Again, maybe a big stretch in opposite directions. Let your breathing return to a normal rate and depth. And once you're awake enough, you can roll gently onto your side, pulling your knees gently into the chest and using that top-facing hand to press your torso back up into a seated position. Thank you for joining me for class today. It's good to be back after a couple weeks of irregularity. I'm back for the rest of the session. Excited to work with each and every one of you. As always, if you have suggestions, drop them in the chat. But I'm excited for Wednesday's flow